Greetings from the People's Republic of Chicago, where the temperature is hot and the news is stupid. We've got a lot to cover tonight, so let's jump right in. We're all familiar with the troubles the Bud Light franchise has faced since making the ever so popular decision to use a transgender influencer, Dylan Mulvaney, to be a spokesperson for the brand, alienating Bud Light's consumer base of pickup driving blue-collar men. Bud Light's parent company, Anheuser-Busch, has lost nearly $30 billion, yes, that's billion with a B, in market value since hiring Mulvaney, and Bud Light has been replaced by Modelo Especial as the nation's #1 selling beer. The first time since 2001 that Bud Light has not been the best-selling beer in the country. Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan "Don't Call Me Brandon" Whitworth issued a statement saying that Anheuser-Busch is investing to protect the jobs of its employees impacted by the falling sales. The company also said it would provide financial assistance to its independent wholesalers to help them support their employee. Said Whitworth, "We recognize that over the last 2 months, the discussion surrounding our company and Bud Light has moved away from beer. To our valued consumers, we hear you. Our summer advertising launches next week, and you can look forward to Bud Light reinforcing what you have always loved about our brand." Well, Kara, the Everything is Stupid investigative team has been on this case and has obtained an advanced copy of the new advertising campaign. Apparently, Bud Light has hired former wrestler Hulk Hogan to be its new spokesman in a campaign called Man Enough. Hogan will appear in commercials where he will say the following: "Calling all my Hulkamaniacs, I need you to hear me, brother, and hear me good. Bud Light messed up, but now it's time for you to man up. Prove that you are man enough to drink Bud Light in public. Send a picture of you and your friends enjoying a Bud Light in a public place, and you will automatically be entered to win a new Ford F-150 pickup truck, the AR-15 of your choice with ammunition, a hunting and camping trip with Ted Nugent, a date with a non-man swimsuit model, and $50,000 in cold, hard cash. Yeah, so come on, America, man up. Show us you're man enough to drink Bud Light." Dylan Mulvaney could not be reached for comment. Let's move to the West Coast, where San Francisco has been in the news for all the wrong reasons. Out-of-control homelessness, open drug use, drug paraphernalia, and feces on the sidewalks and streets, and out-of-control crime have all contributed to make the city by the bay unlivable by any standard. Crime is so bad that AT&T recently became the latest company to announce the closing of a flagship store in the Union Square area of the city, joining Park Hotels and Resorts, which announced they will cease paying a $725 million loan on their 2 hotels, the Hilton San Francisco and the Park 55. Those 2 hotels combine to account for more than 3,000 hotel rooms in the city. Even the company Westfield has announced that it will stop operating San Francisco's largest mall and simply walk away from its mortgage. San Francisco has become so dangerous that even ABC News, doing a story about stores closing in Union Square, refused to endanger its reporters by sending them into Union Square, stating, "It's worth mentioning that we are not at Union Square or the Westfield Mall this morning because we have been advised that it's simply too dangerous to be there at this hour." This from a news agency that consistently sends employees to report from war zones and natural disasters. ABC's reporting did not sit well with San Francisco Mayor London Breed, who said that San Francisco has a violent crime rate lower than other cities. "We did research and she is right. Kabul and Baghdad both have higher rates of violent crime than San Francisco, as does Mexico City and Mogadishu." Unfortunately, the mayor's ranting press conference discussing crime and violence in her city was cut short when she was robbed at gunpoint by a homeless illegal immigrant who was high on crystal meth and covered in human filth. Said the mayor, "This just goes to show the failure of Donald Trump and his policies." When the mayor returned to her residence later that evening, she found that it too had been burglarized, and there were now 3 families squatting there. Not a good day for London. Now, Kara, you know that I love learning things, and this show has certainly contributed to that love of learning. Last week, we all learned how Johns Hopkins canceled women by defining a lesbian as a non-man who loves non-men, all without ever defining what a man is. Well, not to be outdone, Men's Health magazine decided to pull a Dylan Mulvaney and said, "Hold my Bud Light.